This edition of the Tech Savvy Interpreter is brought to you by Cadence. With over 1.5 million in payouts in 2 short years, Cadence is the leading platform for connecting freelance professionals to business leaders abroad. Complete your profile, and if you don't receive an invite to a job in 6 months, we'll give you $50. Claim your profile today at talkbusinessanywhere.com. That's talkbusinessanywhere.com.
Hello, this is Barry Slaughter Olson with the Tech Savvy Interpreter for January 2017. Today we are going to take a first look at a new remote simultaneous interpretation platform called Headvox. Headvox. Headvox is a platform that can be used in a lot of different ways. But what you're going to see today is basically a conversation through a web conferencing platform that can be facilitated through simultaneous interpretation. We'll be using English and Spanish today, and I'd like to just quickly welcome two aspiring interpreters who have joined me today: Nathan Rhodes, who will be acting as our interpreter, and Nika Alaverdi, who will be acting as our English speaker. I'm going to act as the Spanish speaker, but before we get down to this quick demo of simultaneous interpretation with Headvox, let me just quickly walk you around the interface. So you'll see it's actually quite simple. I've put myself up on the screen since I'm doing the introductions, but you'll notice here at the bottom we have a little film strip with the different people and devices that are connected to this conference. So myself, Nathan, our interpreter, as he is marked, Nika, and then I also have connected 2 other devices that are only connected via audio and can listen: an iPhone and an iPad Air. So why did I include these 2 devices? Well, Headvox has been designed to be used as a way to send the interpretation to participants at face-to-face conferences as well, so they can use their tablet or their smartphone in order to listen to the interpretation of the speaker who is in the same room as they are. So Headvox is actually seeking to cover a lot of different use cases beyond the one that you will see in this video. So you see who's connected. Then above that I have a number of buttons. I have the ability to go to full screen. This also has a screen sharing function. I won't show that today, but you can share screen. You can turn the webcam on and off. You can also mute your microphone, and then you use this button to log out or hang up. So you'll notice to the right of that button bar that there is a language selection section. These 2 buttons, what they do is let you choose the interpreted language that you want. For example, when we begin the demo, Nika will be pressing the British flag for English, and I will be pressing the Spanish flag for Spanish. When neither button is depressed, you can listen to the floor or the original audio. Then you've got some other buttons up here at the top that give you some information about the session. You can also see who the participants are. There is a possibility to send messages and chat with participants, and then you can also see what your connection status is, and you can see if the signal of each person connected is strong. And in this case, everybody's got 3 bars, which is the max. So everybody's connected quite well. So that's good. I'll go ahead and get rid of those buttons, and I think we can go ahead and begin our test. So I'm going to switch into Spanish mode, and that is what you will hear, and Nika will be in English, and Nathan will interpret. So here we go. Muy buenas tardes. Me da mucho gusto, Nika, poder hablar contigo sobre la tecnología y la interpretación brevemente. Tú has tenido la oportunidad de tomar algunas clases de interpretación en línea. ¿Cuál ha sido tu primera impresión o qué es lo que piensas del aprendizaje a distancia y aprender a interpretar con un profesor que está en otro lugar pero se ha conectado a través de una videoconferencia?
Pues el primer momento, al aprender que íbamos a tener un profesor que no iba a estar con nosotros, pues la verdad es que no estaba muy segura en cuanto a cómo iba a funcionar. Iba a ser la primera vez que tendría un profesor que estaba en otro lugar. Así que me surgieron algunas dudas. Sin embargo, la clase ha sido muy organizada y la plataforma que hemos estado utilizando nos ha permitido tener una clase exitosa vez tras vez. Así que yo creo que la tecnología ha desempeñado un papel maravilloso en esta clase y en mi educación en general.
Pues excelente. Me alegra mucho escuchar eso. Solo tengo una pregunta más y es, ¿a ti te interesa trabajar utilizando una plataforma como la que estamos viendo hoy?
A decir verdad, yo creo que las plataformas como esta son maravillosas. Esta es la primera vez que utilizo esta plataforma. Como bien sabrán, todavía soy alumna. Sin embargo, creo que estas plataformas nos dan la opción de tener la libertad de movilidad y conectarnos en cualquier momento y trabajar en cualquier momento, y creo que es una gran oportunidad que me interesaría mucho.
So there you have it. And simply what I would like to do is to say thank you to Nika. Thank you to Nathan for your willingness to try out this platform and give the listeners and the readers of the Tech Savvy Interpreter a first look at this new technology. I guess I would just like to say also that this platform is based on a technology that I've talked about in some of my previous columns of the Tech Savvy Interpreter. It's called WebRTC, Web Real-Time Communication. And it allows anyone to be able to communicate via voice, video, as well as data through a browser. And so the browser that we're using today is Google Chrome, and it has worked quite well, as you can see. So any parting thoughts, Nathan or Nika, before we wrap up?
Thank you for showing us a platform that I would be interested in, as I said, Professor Olson.
Great, sure. Nathan, how was it for you as an interpreter as you were dealing with this?
I thought it was pretty smooth, and actually something as simple, and it might seem simplistic, as having a British flag and a Spanish flag to indicate the language, I found that really useful. I knew right away which language to select. I didn't have to remember what the channel number was for a certain language. There's the flag, that was very obvious, and the audio was crystal clear. So I thought it was great, and I appreciate the opportunity to do this demonstration with you guys.
Great, excellent. Thanks, Nathan. I would like to just point out briefly, you may have heard a little bit of noise or static in the background. We have determined that that's from Nika's computer, probably from the earbuds that she's using today for the test. That would be something that normally you wouldn't want, and something that as an interpreter, of course, you would work to avoid. But the fact of the matter is Nika's joining us today from France. Nathan's in California, and I am in Washington, D.C. So all told, this is still actually pretty cool. So that's all for this month of the Tech Savvy Interpreter video. I hope you've enjoyed this first look at Headvox, and look forward to sharing more interpreter technology with you next month. Thanks, and bye.